Hello everyone, today is going to be part 1 of my rock garden speed build. I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate having to run all over my island to try to collect rocks. So we are going to take care of that today. So I'm going to start by getting rid of some of the things that are already here. My island is like overgrown with a ton of flowers, so I bought this garbage pail because they don't really sell for that much, and quite honestly, I have nowhere to put all of these flowers. They have literally just taken over. I will probably save some of the flowers though to add them back in just to pretty it up a little bit, and I am going to go for a rustic kind of look. And this garbage pail is a great idea when you have a lot of things that you want to get rid of, but you don't want to run all the way back to Nook's Cranny, or maybe they're closed and you just want to get rid of them. This is a great way to do that, and you can of course carry it with you in your pockets so you don't have to continue running here, there, and everywhere. It is super handy and one of my favorite tips and tricks for when I am decorating new areas. See, I told you that I had a ton of flowers on my island, and this is just this small tiny space on the third layer. As you can see, I kept running into the problem of running out of pocket space, and this is mostly because I had a lot of the items I was going to decorate with in this area in my pockets at the same time. So with the 2.0 update, they added the storage shed, and so before you do any major projects like this, I would honestly just go ahead and use that, because you can store all of the items that you're planning to use in the storage shed, and then you can also carry that around with you so you can, get the max use of your pockets. And you can get this from the Nook shopping for Nook Miles. So now that I am finally done removing flowers, I opened the construction app, and I am going to put down some of these little floor tiles, and I'm doing them along the outside perimeter because that is where my castle walls and gate will be. And I can honestly say that these items are probably my favorite from the 2.0 update, because I have always wanted to have a castle. And so these particular ones I was able to take to Reese and Silas and have them customized for this damaged look, because I really want this area to look like it's ruins from a castle. And so it really is going to give that finished look that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a whole bunch of arches, or the actual game item is called castle gates, around, and I'm also going to add a castle tower just to elevate the look and to really give it that professional finish. Now I wanted to add one more castle gate to this area, and I wasn't sure if it was going to let me do it. It did, but unfortunately, because of the rounded corner at the bottom, I was not able to push it all the way back. So I went down to the next level to try to build it up, and it would not let me because of the castle gate that was on top of the cliff. So I had to go back up to remove the gate and then go back down, and it was a lot of crazy running around, and I guess I should have known beforehand that I would need to do this, but I guess I didn't think of it. So now that that is finally done, I'm going to go ahead and add that stone finish to the corner I just round out and find the castle gate. Just gonna pull it over and push it back to match the other sides. I am already loving how this looks, and now I am going to remove this fruit tree. And in case you didn't know, you can transplant a whole tree if you eat some fruit or food, and then you can use your shovel to dig it out. It's super handy because then you could place it anywhere that you would like. And I also want to get rid of this little tree that wouldn't grow because it was way too close to the edge. And so now I'm just going to spontaneously put some of this weathered brick all over the area to give it that more damaged look that will match the castle. And there is literally no rhyme or reason to any of this. I am just having fun being spontaneous. So I put another castle tower there, and I want it to look like it's connected without it actually being connected. So I decided to just put it there, and I couldn't push it back anymore because, you know, again, curved edges. So then I decided that I wanted to put a fountain in the center of the area. So I ran all the way home to get into my storage. Another reason why it would be good to have the storage shed with you, because I ran all the way over here and then realized that I did not have a fountain in my storage. So I am going to end up redoing the garden area of my island. So I ran over here to kind of steal that, and I will replace it with one of the new 2.0 items when I design a new garden area. So then I figured out that these flowers were also in the way, so I just went ahead and removed them as quickly as I could so that I could go back to placing the fountain. So I wanted it kind of in the middle of the area, and so with those flowers gone, I needed to fill in that space also. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the fountain down. And I needed to move it back a little bit because it wasn't quite centered the way I wanted it to be. And I just throw the garbage pail over there so that it wouldn't mess me up by being in the way. So I'm just getting rid of some of the extra flowers that I just dug up. And now I am going to create a dirt path for the areas where I'm going to put my rocks. So I kind of wanted the rocks to be around the main fountain area. So because there's 5 rocks, then it would end up being like a star. So I tried to even them I tried to evenly space them so that it looked like it made sense. And of course, you know, more flowers got in my way in case you wondered. But so I had those 4 points, and then I really wanted to have this last one in the center, but unfortunately, because of the size of the fountain, I was not able to do that, so I decided that I was just going to figure out which way looked less wonky. So I decided that I guess we were going to just do it right there. That's as close as I could get, so because I really needed in between the two childs, but since that wasn't possible. So now I am going back to placing some of the weathered brick around in random patches because that area was starting to look a little bare. So now I'm going to take some of those leftover flowers and I'm just going to spontaneously plant them around. This will give it the sort of lived in, and when they're planted randomly, it will just look like they just grew up since the castle had been in ruins. But I also, of course, you know, like to add bushes, so I added some bushes spontaneously in random places, and as well as the flowers. And wanted to add some of the hybrid flowers like the purple mums. So now I'm just getting rid of this line of red flowers because it was kind of in the way for what I wanted. So I wanted to remove that hardwood tree, and so I had to run down to get some fruit, and so then this way I will be able to move this one as well. Also, in case you wondered, the trash can can also get rid of trees too, so if you want to do it that way instead, then you can. And I wanted to add this little rock table and these stone stools back so that people can enjoy how everything looks. And I also added the back this bamboo lunchbox so that they can enjoy eating lunch there. And I have this stone arch that I wanted to put here right where the ramp was, and I was having some issues kind of maneuvering it right by the ramp, but it ended up working out really well. So now I'm going back to add a castle wall. And because it's from the side, it doesn't have to be a castle gate, but it gives that same texture and it makes it look like there's another wall there. So now I am just grabbing some random weeds to kind of throw in there with the flowers so that it looks overgrown and like it hasn't been used in a long time. So that looks good as it is. and I want to thank you for watching this video. Be sure to watch out for part 2, where we're actually going to do the rock garden. See you next time.